Welcome back to Rage Quit.
Episode 3 of Rage Quit.
Woo! We did it. 3 episodes.
Yeah. I'm Anthony Schultz.
I'm Ariel Schultz. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
We got married? So I think the topic of the discussion is we changed it up a bit because no one responded to the other one, which is kind of sad. E3.
Yeah, I want to talk about that shit first, though.
Okay, well you can talk about that shit first.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So, I wanted to do a podcast about streaming, specifically the
Women.
yeah, and like just kind of the shit they get.
Well, her being
While
streamers,
streaming.
yeah.
And I saw a lot of cool, like, it was kind of like a little, like, vertical slice on Twitter where there was a lot of female streamers talking about things that...
Being harshly judged and being...
Yeah, with, like, how they
shit
looked, or, like...
Show me your tits, or something like that.
Yeah, like, sleazy guys, like, trying to contact them after the fact or during.
Even that one person you were talking about saying he's gonna spit on her because she...
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna read that tweet live. That's a good one.
The Twitter tweets. Can you find it?
Yeah, it was this person, so I'll just go to their thing.
Find it. Find it!
Look at, they posted a lot of stuff, though.
Uh-oh.
It was like a screenshot, I know that much.
Scream of the Sharpness? Can you do it?
Yeah, here it is. So this is Chimichanga Kinsey.
That's a legit name.
It is, and she's at Chimichanga Kins. But anyways, this ties into the main topic of the show, E3, because she was playing the survival mode in Fallout 76, the nuclear winter that just came out after it was announced during the Bethesda conference. And so as she was playing, dude cursing at me for making a snarky comment when he died. Dude, fuck you, bitch, I'll spit on you. Me. Fucking do it then, I'm into that. Dude, yo, what the fuck? I thought that was great because...
I was some shit like that.
That's the kind of stuff I wanted to talk about, even if it was, I don't know, like, in light or just, you know, water rolling off a duck's back kind of a perspective from...
A lot of women have to take it like that, just take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I mean... This is tangential, but I watched a piece where it was like John Oliver went and he interviewed Monica Lewinsky recently.
Yeah.
And how that whole period in her life, and because it was, you know, such at the forefront of like, you know, American culture, but like American, it was like American zeitgeist because of what happened between her and then President Clinton. Yeah. And it was like, a lot of people don't think how, like, the things that people have said about her. Yeah. And, like, the jokes, like Jay Leno did, like, in poor taste. And they all did it in poor taste.
Oh, yeah, of course.
John Oliver even admitted that when he was on The Daily Show, he made jokes that were in poor taste about it. But he went and interviewed her, and it was super interesting because, like, the only reason that she did very well was... she eventually got to the point where she could make fun of herself for it and just let it roll off of her. Like, you know, it didn't really matter. And so...
well, it's just like...
I thought that was kind of interesting and kind of fits in because I agree. I think female streamers, like... it's a shame that they have to deal with that, but I think the most amusing and kind of, like... then belittling way to these kind of sleazy guys is doing things like that and saying things like that. It just takes the wind from their sails, and it's a brilliant way to take it and then still be lighthearted and doing your own thing and how you want to do it.
Well, they don't expect that, you know. It's like, you know, women kind of not necessarily making like off comments or stuff like that to respond in a way that instead of getting just
before though it would probably be considered an off comment by a woman, which is that's an equal shame. That's like straying into like sexism and stuff at that point. It shouldn't be.
Well, it is because like I've said some stuff before like that, you know, off comment like some guy being a dick, and I'll say, you know, this is where, you know, until you suck my dick and then walk off, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Just comments like that because
it just throws people off.
It throws her like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, you're a woman. Yeah, I know I'm a woman, but it still suck my dick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think later once we have more viewers for or listeners for the podcast, or
we might come back
a more,
to this.
You know, bigger social media presence. Yeah, we probably will come back to it.
It just kind of sucked that no one really commented on it.
Yeah, because I have a lot of like female and male friends on Twitter who stream and play games or like in family structures and stuff, and I was hopeful that I would get like responses like that tweet that I just read, where there'd be either like funny stories and anecdotes. Like I didn't want it to be anything serious, but that could be my fault as well. Maybe I didn't articulate it very well. Maybe people thought it was going to be more serious than it actually was.
Yeah, maybe you should have said, hey, post your funny conversations or comments you've had during a stream. Maybe we should go that way and kind of...
Yeah, and that probably would be a better way to frame it. I'll just keep that one in the bag and, you know...
You have the bag?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And then we'll hit that later down the road. I don't think it'll be the next one, but...
No.
You know, maybe 2 or 3 dozen episodes down the road.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it kind of a thing.
We'll still go around.
Yeah.
Go round.
Go round.
All right, so...
Go round.
To continue on, though, E3. What's your thoughts? What's your ponderings?
Yeah, so that's definitely the big like discussion of the past week for gamers. E3 is wrapped up now. Today was the last day that we're recording this. Sony bowed out, so they didn't even have a press conference this year.
Sony's like, nah, bitches, we got this. We don't need to...
Yeah, I need to check into this, but they did a state of play before E3 and announced some things, and then I think they're doing another one soon.
I guess Sony's like a big old fuck you, we're gonna do our own shit.
A little bit, yes, because they've had like the same slot at E3, like the same time and day, like every year, all the way back to like the PS1 or something ridiculous.
Still,
you know, however long E3's like made it.
But it's just kind of funny. They're like, haha, we do not care. Well, they care. That's not it.
They do care, yeah. They're just kind of doing it their
stuff
way.
And like streaming things, but they're doing it, their way.
Yeah, so they had a state of play on May 9th, so that was like almost exactly a month to the day before E3, and they announced some cool stuff there too.
Well, then they plan on doing some more too. It's not like they're done. So. No,
they seem to be just kind of focusing on different things. I think they have a good enough like market share with the gamers, like enough like credibility now with the PS4 in particular in this generation.
Oh, that's sneeze.
That they don't need to. I can edit it out. That they don't need to necessarily be there.
No,
like not every year.
Not every year. I mean, I don't know.
And they could just honestly like segue into what Nintendo does and just do like a prefab video.
They do their own thing too.
Yeah, that
Nintendo
they post, and Nintendo and Sony do share quite a bit
Nintendo
because they're
makes sense
Japanese.
They're in Tokyo, they're Japan.
So is Sony.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, they're Japanese based. Microsoft isn't. Microsoft is
Microsoft
based out of
Xbox.
Seattle here in Washington. So.
Microsoft. No.
It's Microsoft, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know my things. Don't judge.
Yeah, the thing that surprised me about that is Microsoft and Bethesda went on the first day of E3, and Bethesda definitely had a lot of ground to make up with Fallout 76.
They did.
And they had just teased Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. There was like nothing about that. And then they said they weren't going to talk about it this year, which they didn't.
Yeah.
But Microsoft kind of had... Microsoft had
it's the water. Oh yeah, we brain farted.
Yeah.
Microsoft, and it's gonna be loud in a second. There it is.
Yeah.
Microsoft had, or Bethesda had.
Well, I was just gonna say Microsoft didn't. I feel like they could have just kind of reached a bar that would have been. Like,
epic.
Yeah, easily obtained too, nonetheless, because Sony wasn't there. Like their direct rival or competition
wasn't there, and they just kind of meh.
So Microsoft just could have kind of blown the lid on the show and just come out as top dog easily.
They didn't, though.
Especially when announcing a console on top of it.
Oh god, that was so lame, by the way.
And so we just watched the highlight reel of the Microsoft conference, and if you looked at like articles like immediately after Microsoft conference, the big pull away, big announcement, Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be so epic.
Which really I feel was just more of a feather in
Keanu Reeves' hat.
Not Keanu per se. I mean, He doesn't need to do things like that, but he just does, which is
awesome.
Amazing. Yeah. But the studio behind, Witcher and Cyberpunk and stuff like that, not necessarily a reflection of Microsoft.
No, they're kind of their own beast in a kind of weird.
And
they may be owned by Microsoft, but
they're not owned by them.
Oh, okay.
No, it was like a third-party reveal at Microsoft's conference. But,
but they didn't capitalize on that reveal though.
No, and that was the highlight of it.
It's like everyone lost their shit when they saw Keanu Reeves, and then this is like Microsoft was like, meh.
Yeah, especially with their console. And there's gonna be a lot of people who refute that. However, you read articles immediately afterwards, within hours of that press conference being done, or as it was going on, and it was Xbox fans love this.
And Xbox fans.
And I am not a good barometer for that personally, so I was like, okay, well maybe they just really liked it, and I'm not in tune with that, so that's fine. Everything's not for everyone.
No, of course not.
Then I hop on Twitter and I'm going through, and there's Sony and Xbox fans posting things about the Microsoft conference, or ones that even don't care that they enjoy all consoles, or because of financial reasons they only have one or whatever it may be. And I start going through hardcore Xbox fans, and they were super disappointed by the conference. I would say 90% of the comments I read, and I'm not talking about a Twitter thread that has 4 comments. I'm talking about big ones that are you're talking about thousands. Hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of comments. Yeah. And the general consensus after reading through those was they were kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
A lot of people gave it a 5 or 6 out of 10 if they were to rate it.
Well, then
there's a couple 7s kind of sprinkled in there at most, but Sony wasn't there. It should have been a slam dunk. It should have been 11 out of 10. They should have blown every other conference out of the water.
Well, that and the fact that a lot of the Xbox people were what do they mean by their game systems? What are they talking about? We don't even know what it looks like.
And that was kind of the big thing, too. It was there was a lot of jargon thrown out, and especially with cloud computing and cloud saving nowadays and cloud processing now. It's very ethereal. It's very hard to describe unless you're incredibly tech savvy and an architect of these kind of systems. And I feel like they tried to do that, but it's not going to translate well.
People are visual.
And then right before that, they said they were focused on games, but their big first-party games, Gears of War 5 and Halo. Halo, they said, is going to be next gen.
Yeah.
Hopefully cross-gen. Didn't show much of it. And then Gears of War 5 is coming out shortly, and the consensus I saw on that is that they didn't show very much of it because they don't believe in it. So they kind of lost some goodwill with their own fans, even. And those are both franchises I actually really like, even though I don't own an Xbox. I have played them before. So I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting to see, because I don't know if they feel the top dog ain't here, quote unquote.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
We can do whatever.
And that sucks to
They'll
the fans.
Eat it up.
That sucks to the fans. Because that's not it. The fans love that showmanship. They love that you got a live band and you got the shit going.
The last Sony one, as they played live.
Keanu Reeves, the Xbox one was great. We didn't watch that one.
Keanu Reeves, though, during the Xbox or the Microsoft conference, awesome. Good call. They just needed the stack.
Ghost
the conference
Protocol.
With that. Ghost Wildlands. Is that what you're talking about?
The
Tom Clancy
one
with John Bernthal.
How he brought him out, and he's an awesome dog.
Yeah, and so after that was the Bethesda conference.
Oh, Bethesda blew that out of the water.
Bethesda did a great job. Before the other conferences had been televised or streamed, that was the best one.
Yeah.
Of the two.
At the time.
Yeah, but I think Bethesda was a lot better than
Bethesda was more
Microsoft.
humble, because they're we tried it this way, we listened to you, we fucked up, here's a better fix.
And Todd Howard really set the tone of the whole presentation by flat out saying, we know we fucked up. We're sorry, but we're listening to you and we're fixing it. And these are the things that we have done, and hopefully that's getting you back on board. And this is what we're going to be doing. And it's all going to be free, and it's coming out the next year. And it was oh, okay. Hey, you want NPCs and other characters to talk to give you quests instead of audio logs? Done. It's here. Battle Royale is a big thing right now. You want a Battle Royale mode? You got it. You can hop in and do that if you want to.
And it's going to get people back in it who didn't buy it to buy it. And they actually had it for free. If you bought the game, their patches basically with the NPCs to be downloaded on the game. So that's going to be free. You don't have to necessarily
Oh yeah, all the patches and DLC that they announce is free. You don't have to buy a season pass.
But it's gonna entice people who didn't buy the game due to that reason to buy the game.
Yeah, because you could get a cheap copy of the game or wait for it to be on sale. Because that particular expansion releases in the fall.
I'm sure I think it's on fucking Epic sale right now for E3, or was. It might not be anymore.
Yeah, and you could scoop it up and have it, and then like Ariel said, it's like all those patches and updates are
free. They're not
it's gonna eat up some space on your hard drive for sure because they've patched it so much, but. You're not gonna have to pay anything else for it.
No, exactly.
You're not gonna have to buy a $40 season pass or buy $20.
We fucked up,
chunks.
but you're gonna pay for it. No, yeah. They're like, we fucked up, so we'll fix it.
It's free. Just come play with us.
Just play. We want you to play. That's what they want.
They also had some stouts. They were drinking beer. They were drinking heavily.
Oh yeah.
They had some stats that they threw out where it was like in the last year they had like the highest number of like online players and like community involvement, and a large part of that was because of the dedicated fans who stuck with Fallout 76.
Yeah,
really
but those fans are gonna get fucking rewarded hardcore with that epic NPCs
and the cool part is like the fans that I've met and talked to since we play have all said like, come and play. Like, I saw somebody yesterday where they're like, hey, I'm the super high-level character I've been playing since it launched.
Sure, yeah.
I crafted a level 1 everything for any new vault dweller, and it's right outside the vault. Just pick it up.
That was cool.
Yeah. It's like, if you're on my server or you hop into it, like, I'm just going to continuously craft these things, and you can have, like, a decent set of like leather armor and a backpack and like all these things for storage.
Oh, that's so cool.
And other players kind of conveyed the same thought. They're like, "We'll help you out. Just ask. Like, come to a camp. Like, I'll give you that items.
One dude with the radiation thing, like you can irradiate yourself. And
yeah, and it was just really cool because it was like even though the community that stuck around
wasn't too big, they still.
Are willing to like help new people who might just be getting on the
bandwagon.
The bandwagon now. It's not like this is our game. Like
go away.
Yeah,
go play it.
And it's like no, they want more people.
Well, yeah, they want more people.
And there is already a sizable.
What's cool is when they did that, like they're super fucking friendly. I mean, you only get a few jackasses, but you're gonna always get that with every game. And what's cool is with their playing and stuff, they love helping out the young people. And then it's kind of cool to see level 9 and level 8s and level 6s, Yeah. Granted, you're only like level 20, 30, 20.
I'm like 30-something, almost 40. I play sporadically, though.
Yeah.
I play a lot of other games when I stream, so.
Yeah, you kind of.
That's one that I wait for a few patches to come out and then I dive back into it. I definitely do talk to people about it online in the in-between.
Well, because we like Fallout, and I think when the NPCs get on, like, you and I are just going to, like, crack the shit out of that.
Oh, yeah, once there's some solid quest lines and NPCs, and then the world's going to, like, vastly change because of it.
Yeah.
It sounds like some of the areas are going to become settlements, and, like, that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm. It'll be fun to explore the map again.
Oh, yeah, it'll be different.
It shall be.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so those two are, I mean, I really am disappointed in Microsoft like you are. It's like, even fucking Xbox blew it out of the water, and we don't even like watching Xbox, or playing Xbox. Not, we don't like it. That poor phrasing. Just we didn't watch it because we don't have an Xbox, and there's like 2 games we like to play, if anything, if we had an Xbox.
Yeah, so it was just, we got the highlight reel and stuff, and then gauging, like, Xbox fans' opinions to try to provide a more accurate opinion, rather than just being like, it sucked.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that.
No.
So.
No, I agree. That's why I backtracked. That's just poor phrasing on my part.
The rest of the Bethesda conference was pretty much a Tom Clancy conference, which was not bad.
No, but yeah. Bethesda, you mean Tom Clancy?
Oh, no, that was Ubisoft. I'm sorry.
Oh, you done fucked up.
I did fuck up. No, Bethesda's was good. They kept going because they had Deathloop.
Scrolls. Oh, Deathloop.
So, Arcane Studios, who did Dishonored, revealed their new game.
Right?
Yeah, they talked more about Wolfenstein, Youngbloods, as well as their VR game coming out, and that looks really good. Little co-op action. And it's going to be on the Switch from the get-go, which is cool.
I like that. That's kind of cool. Doom Internal.
Yeah, that was the big kind of cap to their show, which looks great.
Oh, yeah, it's Doom, duh.
Yeah, their collector's edition that they announced looks awesome.
Yeah, it was sold out immediately.
Yeah, it looks like they have made the gameplay more frenetic and fast-paced, especially with, like, the grapple.
Yeah, remember when you were watching it? Because this is like, I explained this to you about how I feel if I don't have a focus.
It was great to watch, but yeah, it definitely, if you're not the one making the movements, like, because your brain can work faster than your physical movements can ever be.
Yeah.
Just because they're electrical impulses. So it's like, that's biological. Like, that's just how it's going to be. Unless you're a very slow person.
Woo,
but, yeah, when you're playing a game that's that fast and can keep up with it and play, it's like, you know the moves you're going to make.
So it makes sense.
And so then when you see it on screen, it's like, it's translating well to you.
But
if you're watching somebody play a
like
game
I do a
that
lot
fast,
of time.
The one, like, I got a little, like, in my stomach about watching it, but not too bad. I could finish watching it and
I
stuff.
couldn't watch it.
But the one thing, it was like, I like really fast-paced arcadey shooters in particular. I don't like tactical shooters very much. Like, every once in a blue moon. But the arcadey ones I'm actually decent at.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Wolfenstein and Doom and even, like, Borderlands and stuff like that. Those shooters I like.
Yeah.
Watching somebody else play it and cruise through, I was like, how can somebody move this fast and like do these things? And then I'm like, oh wait, I platinumed the first Doom, like, and started playing it again afterwards.
This is what Eric feels like.
Yeah, I was like, this looks insane.
Welcome to a glimpse into my world.
Yeah.
But then I deal with motion sickness, so I can't watch it for very long, and that's why I'm not ignoring the game per se when we're watching or whatever. Just
It's so fast.
I'm gonna throw up.
And don't they cry fast?
You look yad.
Oh yeah.
You look yad.
Oh god. And then
But that's in third person compared to first person.
It is a little different.
First person makes me more queasy because at least in third person I can follow your dude bouncing around like crazy batshit.
Yeah. Dante, go.
Oh no, Elefante, he's sleeping.
Oh, they're all sleeping now.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
The horde's asleep.
And then Tango Softworks, who did Evil Within 1 and 2, announced their new game during the Bethesda.
Oh, yeah.
Ghostwire.
I was asleep for one of those.
Ghostwire was the paranormal one in Tokyo.
Where people kept disappearing? That one looks good.
That one looks really cool. I like that brand of horror. I haven't finished an Evil Within game, but I do like the idea of it and have played quite a bit of the first one. It's very trippy and it is difficult, but it's fun to play. Yeah.
And that one looked really good too. But I know I was kind of zonked out for the dude working at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Adult life. For the, what was it? Not Bethesda when we saw that one.
Oh, the Square-Enix you missed
Square-Enix,
completely.
yeah, I
you were
did.
asleep for that one.
So you have to kind of recap on that one.
Yeah, Bethesda though, like, great job all around.
They did, yeah.
I mean, they apologized and took criticism to heart with Fallout 76.
I like that they admitted they fucked up instead of saying, well, you fucked up because you can't learn to play a different type of game.
Yeah, and a lot of, unfortunately, big publishers or studios do that. Like, EA and Activision are kind of known for doing that.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad they didn't take that tack. They owned up to it, and then they had 2 new IPs that they showed, which was great, and then more of, like Elder Scrolls Online and other big things that they already had working on. They showed more content or like cutscenes or where it's going to go from here, and it was like all around it was really like balanced and exciting.
I like too with the Fallout 76 Vault 76 makes sense for a year later for other settlers to finally come there.
Yeah, it's almost like in real time.
It's essentially the word. It's a year later,
relatively speaking.
Yeah, they're like this place you can finally settle in.
And even the Battle Royale mode makes sense for that too, with another vault opening. And you have to become the Overseer, but you're like a hardened like vault dweller from another vault, so you could know what an Overseer is. And you can fight in a battle royale kind of thing because you've been living in the wasteland for almost a year. Yeah,
exactly.
So it was like, even narratively, that all makes sense. Like,
yeah,
even though I'm not a huge battle royale fan,
it works. I like how they played it into that. For granted, they admitted they fucked up, but they played it into now you're a year later. There's actual people here to settle. Now you have all the NPC stories and stuff that you want.
They're just other people, not from vaults from the area.
No, there's other people. They're like, oh my god, I think one of the people are like, we finally found an area we can settle.
Yeah, exactly. Or they've been traveling, trying to find other people. They find the first vault that opens. It's very interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, obviously.
What was next conference-wise? That was Square, and then Ubisoft was that morning. So we watched Ubisoft.
Yeah, we watched Ubisoft.
That was where I made the mixed-up reference. That was the Tom Clancy conference. So they opened up with Watchdog Legion.
Ooh, that looks fucking
actually looks really, really good.
I like how you can play literally anybody in that game.
Yeah, like like a 78-year-old woman who used to be assassin, you know,
FBI,
50
old
years
MI6 or
prior.
whatever. Yeah.
And
Like when she tapped that dude's shoulder and shot him in the head and walked off.
Yeah, and there was...
You're like, oh shit, Granny got some skills!
Within the very beginning, it was like a brawler type character trying to recruit a drone expert, and he got into a fight with like some cops, and he died. And you switched over to another DedSec player who was somebody else in the world. Yep. And then you played as like an assassin, or you played as the older lady.
Yeah.
Who had to find information where he had gone to.
And then you found...
And then you played as an assassin who was younger, you know, a more modern assassin, to actually go and physically rescue him.
Yeah, because he had gotten captured.
And then he gets recruited, and then you get to play as the drone expert.
Yeah, but you get to play as anybody because you can recruit anyone, and...
There's like a live roster that you can pick from.
It's intriguing to see how it's going to go, because I like the fact that if you die, you die. It seemed like that. Doesn't mean it's going to be like that, but if you die...
It did seem like it.
Your character's
because you
dead.
could be somebody else.
Yeah. Your character's dead. It's not the fact that it's about the character. It's about what DedSec stands for.
Yeah. Which I thought was really cool, because Ubisoft kind of made a like political statement with Brexit and like the things going on in Great Britain right now, which they didn't have to do. That's kind of a ballsy move to take, because they're taking a stance, and you don't really want to alienate, you know, a section of your like gamers or your fans. But they were willing to like go hard in and be like, "Yeah, this is wrong." Like, this is like the path that these kind of decisions could lead down. So it's like a near future dystopia of London. And and like you said, it's like what DedSec, which has been in all the games, stands for.
It does.
So it's like fighting oppression. And it's like that was interesting. It was cool. It looks to be like the best one thus far.
Yeah, it should be nice. It'll be interesting to see how that plays.
It's steadily improved.
Oh, yeah.
Afterwards, it was all Tom Clancy, though. All Tom Clancy.
I'm excited for the new one, but fucking Tom Clancy.
Yeah, there was Ghost Wildlands, which in my opinion looks to be the best. That's the one with John Bernthal.
Yeah, but John Bernthal's badass.
Yeah, and kind of a splintered off group of the ghosts. He had a great presentation.
With his doggy.
Yeah,
with his doggy.
But he had his dog there, which is cool. They talked about the next year of the Division 2 content and Rainbow Six Siege, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you watched it if you're a part of those kind of groups or communities, but the content that they are releasing looked really cool. Rainbow Six Siege had kind of a like James Bond like new character coming out. That was kind of cool. Don't do that, we can get copyrighted.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just humming random tunes.
I'm just teasing.
I know. At least I did the right
it's
tune
not YouTube.
this time.
It's not YouTube.
At least I did the right tune this time.
That's true. Not the Jaws theme or Jurassic Park.
Fuck off.
You went through like 4 of them one day before you got to James Bond. And then I had to hum it to you. Yeah, because you did Indiana Jones, Jaws, and Jurassic Park.
It was a brain bit.
And you said...
The hamster fell off the wheel.
You said that you were humming James Bond. And I was like, nope,
that's
Indiana Jones. Nope, that's Jurassic Park. Nope, that's Jaws.
He got flung into a corner. He's mildly concussed.
Oh, there we go. There's Bond.
Shut up.
That was funny.
Don't I do my light work?
Oh.
Anyways.
But yeah, the new Tom Clancy games looked good that they showed, and the like year 2 like content like season pass or free DLC patches that they showed for existing games looked cool too.
Yeah, but like, definitely Tom Clancy. But
it really was. It was like 80%, 90% Tom Clancy, and then like 10, 15, 20%. Yeah, Watch Dogs. It was like, should have been a little more diverse. Like,
well,
but it wasn't that bad.
It's still better than Microsoft.
Well, and the only thing that kind of irked me about Ubisoft's conference was like Splinter Cell has been like heavily teased or rumored,
and they just didn't fucking talk about it.
Yeah, so it's like, is there a Splinter Cell game in works? They're just not ready to show it, or is it like now we're focusing on all these other Tom Clancy games that we decided not to do Splinter Cell?
Just Tom Clancy,
because they've done a ton of like Easter eggs and stuff in other games, and it's like circled around the rumor mill. I mean, it's been on hiatus for a long time.
They might be keeping it in their back pocket. You don't know.
They could, absolutely.
But anyways, yes, and you were I was passed out for the other one, the last one.
Oh, Square Enix.
Square Enix, yeah.
Square Enix notoriously does not live up to expectations or have good E3 conferences.
Mm-hmm.
They either don't show enough, or they show the wrong things, or it's talking about, a Final Fantasy or a Kingdom Hearts that's been in development for, 35 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, they missed the bar a lot.
Yeah.
But they have a lot in their wheelhouse in their repertoire that is amazing. Like, they have a lot of great franchises and a legacy and a history.
Mm-hmm.
And their E3 conference this year was the best one out of all of them.
I wonder if they
hands down
stepped up because they're like, PlayStation's out, it's our time to shine.
I don't know, but they have a really tight relationship with Sony in particular. They have for a long time.
I wonder if that's kind of why they're like, this is our, we're good with PlayStation, but let's
rep kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And it could be.
Let's do them right. They're not here. Let's do them right.
A lot of Japanese companies, especially in the gaming industry, do have really tight relations, or if they do break creatively for whatever reason, they're amicable about it and respectful. It's not like Western businesses and corporations. It's capitalism and ruthless. I mean, it's capitalistic there as well, but there's just
you're talking about degree of respect.
Yeah, you're talking about cultural heritage kind of a thing factoring into a business or corporate structure.
Yeah,
that we just don't have here.
No.
But yeah, so they opened with a huge bit about Final Fantasy VII Remake, which Sony had already kind of covered the month prior with their State of Play. A little bit,
not too much.
The evening before, the Final Fantasy concert had played in LA, and they had released the date for Final Fantasy VII Remake, which was surprising because it's March of next year. Which everybody thought that was not going to happen. Yeah.
Says a man wearing a Final Fantasy VII t-shirt.
Yes, I talked about that during my stream today. And a couple days ago, I wrote the Final Fantasy IX one. I had to mog.
What's the running joke I was doing the other day? Final Fantasy, is it over yet?
No, it's not over. It's never over. There's never enough Final Fantasy. Yeah, the remake looks great, though. They showed a ton of it. They were funny about it. Looks like a gorgeous game. It sounds like they're not trying to make it exactly the same and go beat for beat. They're trying to make it its own.
They kind of did that with the be tangential, the Resident Evil.
Yeah, which is true.
Remastered, because it's not beat for beat the same exact game.
No, yeah. The Resident Evil 2 remake, which Capcom did. They did a good job doing that, too. It's like they remade it and they reviewed amazingly this year.
So I'm glad they did that route instead of for beat, because then you're like, haha, it's beautiful, that's all you got.
Yeah, it seems like with gameplay mechanics, they tried to
modernize
mash up
it.
Final Fantasy 15 gameplay with some older kind of elements, with the active time battle aspects, which that term they've used before in older Final Fantasies, but they're kind of blending the two, so you can slow it down to be more tactical, almost as if it's turn-based, but not, or you can kind of play it a la Final Fantasy 15, which was more action RPG oriented.
Kind of what you can blend the two, which is nice.
Yeah, which is probably what I'll do. I'll probably do a little bit of both.
Yeah, well, it was like, I don't know what the dude's name was. Said, it's if you're just getting into Final Fantasy, this is good for you to start at.
Oh yeah. That was their social media content person, I think.
Yeah,
or something
I don't remember her name.
I can't remember either.
But this is a good place to jump in at. It's modern. It's still Final Fantasy, but it's one of the younger quote unquote ones.
Yeah, I mean, it is the 22nd anniversary, so it'll be the 23rd anniversary when it comes out. Something ridiculous.
Oh, we're old.
Yeah, about 97.
Oh,
at least here in North America.
I was 6.
Yeah. It's and I didn't play it immediately when it came out. But I played it a couple years later. But yeah, I was 10 when I played it, or something like that, or 11. I guess I would have been almost 10 in 97.
You're old.
Yeah. I would probably be 13 or something when I played it. But
anyways.
So they had a huge chunk about that. That was really interesting. They showed quite a few of their other properties that they have too. They kind of went through their whole highlight reel of their history,
which is cool.
And they're hey, these remasters are coming out. These ports are coming out.
Final Fantasy, release the Kraken.
Yeah,
but they did it more tastefully than Tom Clancy.
Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is being remastered for the Switch. You can play that. They're finally releasing the remaster of Final Fantasy VIII, which they lost the source code for. That's why there never has been a remaster. So they obviously spent some time and money and reverse engineered that shit so they could fucking do it and have a source code.
But I'm just saying, it's like they did it tastefully compared to the Tom Clancy fucking show.
And then the big kind of close out for Square-Enix was the Avengers Game.
Which looks cool. I like how they showed the vocalist on it.
Yeah, that was really interesting. They had an announcement, but then there's just been nothing about it.
Yeah, that was a teaser trailer.
They went like full in. They did like a little like mini doc with the voice actors.
A little bit of a gameplay.
They showed like the beginning of it. It sounds like it's I don't know what the term for this would be, but it's like a games as a service, except you're not paying for the service. You're gonna get it for free.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you start out with like some basic characters. You're gonna get Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, and Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna add more characters. They're gonna add more like comic books, like storylines or their interpretations.
It's just gonna
of them.
Constantly be expanding.
Yeah, and it's all going to be free, and there's not going to be loot boxes, and there's not going to be any pay-to-win stuff at all, which...
They just want you to play.
The way they phrased it, and especially with a game like that and having it be the Avengers, it was kind of like a big, like, fuck you to, like, Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Even as much as I like Ubisoft, even games like The Division and things like that.
You have to fucking pay to play.
Yeah, it's like if you want additional content, you're going to pay for it. And it's like we're slowly becoming acclimated to that, even though there is kind of controversy.
Mm-hmm.
But Square was just kind of like, no, like, this is one of the most, like, beloved franchises. We have a shit ton of people working on it. All these studios, fully endorsed by Marvel. Marvel's helping us out, too. But... Yeah, it's going to be free. We're just going to be releasing characters and storylines all the time.
We want you to play it.
That's ridiculous.
Which is cool to see, because they haven't done shit like that in a long time.
Final Fantasy XIV also had their huge, like, expansion that's coming out soon. They talked about that quite a bit as well. John, my co-host for FGG, is super excited about that. He loves Final Fantasy XIV.
Ew.
So that should be super exciting.
He really loves the Switch too, which is kind of funny.
He does love the Switch.
Works for me. I like the Switch too. Obviously. Alright, well, I don't know.
Oh, that was the big announcement. I forgot. To go back to Final Fantasy VII, people were worried that it was going to be released in like parts, like 5 parts or something ridiculous, and each part was going to be like $60 or something because it was Final Fantasy VII. It sounds like it's only going to be released in 2 parts, but it's so massive that it's going to take up 2 entire Blu-ray discs. So it's like we're going back to classic like PS1 where you have multiple discs.
That's awesome.
So one part, I'm assuming the part that releases this March is going to be in Midgar, which is like the main city at the start of that game, and then the second disc is going to be outside of the city.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It even says, here in this article by CNET to reference, similar to how PlayStation 1 original took up to 3 CDs.
That's awesome. That was kind of cool, like, throwback.
It is a little bit of a throwback and a different way to do it. Just kind of the other, like, I guess highlights. They talked about Dragon Quest Builders 2.
That looked cool.
Which is very cool. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered, which I mentioned. Kingdom Hearts 3 is getting some DLC. The Last Remnant is being remastered. They talked about Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, which I believe is just a mobile game. That one's actually pretty cool. I like that one.
I'm not a big mobile game fan, though.
They talked like Outriders, Romancing Saga. Like I said, they really just kind of hit everything like old and new.
You know what I'm excited about, though?
And they spaced their conference out very well, and they did it very well.
I know Nintendo doesn't really do E3, but what they're announcing, I'm excited for the new Animal Crossing. That was always been my big favorite game.
Yeah, and that's how we'll close out this. I mean, I talked a lot about Square-Enix, so I'll let you take it away with the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, because I like...
Because that was the last 2 days are Nintendo Directs and focused on Nintendo.
Yeah. And that's obviously my big spiel because I love Nintendo, because I'm a Nintendo chick. So I'm excited for the new Animal Crossing. It looks like an exploratory situation where you're on a deserted island and you got to build stuff and you can plant and grow things, which just makes it more...
A little survival element kind of in the beginning.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit more survival element. Which
at least at first.
Will make sense for Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
And that is back on the console, not your phone. And then I'm intrigued to see how they're going to do the Pokemons. I'm still butthurt about my last Pokemons.
It'd be interesting. It'll be the first time on a console too.
Yes, it'll be the first time on a console, but I think it makes sense for the Switch because it's portable. So
yeah, it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid. It is a little bit of both.
It's not like it was released on the Wii, which would be weird.
That would be weird. Yeah, the Wii U.
Yeah, the Wii U. But so I'm intrigued to see how that goes. They teased Zelda, which.
So in the same way that I looked at. Tweets about Xbox's conference or Microsoft, and then I went through like Xbox fans, what they thought of it. I did the same thing with Zelda because I was curious, because I hear very like polarizing things. Like it seems like a lot of people really enjoy it. However, I think there is a good segment of people, like a healthy percentage, that didn't like it at all.
No, it's like me.
Yeah, and...
I want a fucking RPG Zelda game. I wanted a fucking RPG game. I played an RPG game.
Like, Colin Moriarty on Sacred Symbols, he posted on Twitter right after that about, hey, new Zelda, twice as big, twice as empty, twice as, like, much not stuff to do. Like, and I'm muting this thread, bye. And then I went through those tweets, and... There was a very few people, like, I think more people were more timid than anything, that, like, completely agreed, because I saw tweets elsewhere that said the same kind of thing. And then there was a ton of people where it was just fucking Zelda fucking fanboyed them. There was a couple funny ones in there, though, where it's like, no, I mean, Colin might have said this, too, but no matter what, it's going to get, 130 out of 100% on Metacritic. Like, Zelda games notoriously do that. Whether it's bad or good, it just gets a high rating.
Yeah, but I don't want a fucking Zelda RPG. Nobody asked for a Zelda RPG. Nobody.
Which is true. Because even the big fans who love the game say that they just like that it went somewhere else. Like,
it's interesting, but it's not a Zelda game. It's not. I'm gonna leave that out there.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And the fact that
it's like how Neil feels. Unpopular opinion.
Unpopular Arizona.
We should totally just jack that shit. Unpopular opinion. I'm gonna steal from a blatant like place and famous comedian. Like it's my bit now. Like, unpopular opinion. I'm gonna own it. Right. I stole it.
Snatch and steal. But
unpopular opinion. Zelda sucks. The new Zelda sucks.
The new Zelda fucking sucks. I didn't even get 2 hours into that game, and you know me how long I play my Zelda games.
Yeah.
Like, I love my Zelda
and my
Pokemons.
It's not like a tank of a game. Like, it didn't bomb, or it shouldn't have bombed, but it's mediocre. It's just fucking down the middle.
It's meh.
It doesn't do open world
games
justice. And it doesn't do it well for Zelda.
And it doesn't do storyline well either, because you can do whatever.
You don't need to.
You're mixing the fucking storylines. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. You get a generalization. We gotta find these things. Yeah. Fuck that shit. I want to play a streamlined Zelda game.
Which is... that kind of structure too is like very like the inception of open world games were like that. But there's a reason that like the user interfaces and like quest structures and how they're done are done like Borderlands or any like Far Cry, Assassin's Creed even. You know where the fuck to go, even though those games are gigantic.
Yeah, but
you know exactly where to go, who to talk to, and how to start. Like,
I had no idea where the fuck to go. I got lost and confused.
It was uninhabited.
Empty. It was uninhabited, and your fucking weapons broke. I don't know who fucking thought of that shit.
Yeah, that's annoying, because it's not a survival game. Don't do that.
It's not. It's Zelda. I don't want to fucking survive in Zelda. I don't want to fucking craft food to live. I want to break some pots, find some potion. That's kind of cool, and have my sword and shield to beat your ass with.
Yeah, you want dungeons. You want story. You want music. You want towns and villages. You want traditional RPG.
Gorons and stuff like that. Not fucking... my sword broke, and now I can't restart from a place because I keep dying, because I keep regenerating right there, and all my weapons are gone. I can't find weapons. I don't have bombs. I don't have anything.
Yeah, you're just stuck.
I'm just fucking stuck in this place, and I'm constantly dying, or I'm going to have to restart from an old start and have to go all the way back up, because my dumbass doesn't save for 2 hours.
Yeah, and that teaser trailer, like, looked interesting story-wise, but if it is a direct sequel to the prior one, and they do more of the same, it's gonna be that.
It's just gonna fucking...
It's gonna be bland.
It's gonna be bland, and fucking I'm just gonna dishearten, because I love Zelda.
Yeah. I think
I bought a Ocarina of Time vinyl because how much I love Zelda.
Yeah, which is very true. We talked about that last podcast.
I don't. I'm excited for it because it's awesome, but it's like don't kill it, man. You're killing it, Smalls.
Yeah, the better Zelda game that they showed during the Nintendo
was a
Direct
reboot
was
of...
Link's Awakening.
Yeah,
which was one of my personal favorites, and it looked fantastic the way they're doing it.
Exactly.
So I was like, that looks awesome.
Well, and then it's like another thing, like another unpopular opinion. Fucking Pokemon sucked. I hated the new Pokemon.
Nobody fucking talks about Sun and Moon anymore at all.
Because it's the child. That didn't happen.
Yeah, it's like people just play Pokemon Go or they play older ones. Like
Yeah,
that's all they do. Like.
So I'm intrigued to see how Sun and Sword and Shield are. I'm gonna wait till it comes out because I was so excited about the new Sun and Moon. We bought the metal.
We bought them both like immediately, and then we just never. Like you played way more than I did, but we just never played.
It's fucking Pokemon. You walk in the goddamn grass to catch a Pokemon. You don't need to be tutorial. Fuck off right now.
Yeah, it just was. Even I saw that. Like, that's why I didn't keep playing and let you play, because I was like, when does this end? I've only played one Pokemon, and it's the oldest one, and I'm like...
There was no tutorial at all.
I'm so bored. Like, I'm just doing
tutorial.
And it wasn't for like a half hour, an hour, even 2 hours, which some games can be
like
heavy in
6
that.
hours
That would be
that
fine.
game,
But yeah, you told me that. You're like, I'm still doing tutorial stuff, and I'm 6 hours in. I'm like... I'm not gonna spend 6 hours doing a tutorial.
No.
Like I get a little aggravated when I play Rage 2 and I get a new ability and it sends me to like some virtual simulation room that doesn't make any sense in that world, and I have to like do the move like 3 times in a row before I can leave and go back out in the world. That's like 5 minutes. That fucking drives me bananas because that's tutorial heavy. Like 6 hours.
And I'm not even finished, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna fucking stop. And it's like I want to go exploring. I get tired of fucking trying to leave the city or go to a different place, and I get stopped. You can't leave yet because you didn't do
Yeah.
I want to fucking fight the gym leaders in whatever order I feel the need to fucking fight them. If they say, if I can't do that gym leader, you need this bad. Okay, let me go back this way. Gotta go back to that gym leader, beat his ass, and come back and beat your ass.
Yeah, it was definitely aggravating. And I agree. It's like, I'm excited to see what Sword and Shield does.
But I ain't gotta buy it.
I want reviews and I want to watch gameplay.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna.
Like I'll watch the first 2 hours of it online.
I'm not gonna waste my.
Like I'll watch people either stream it or watch YouTube vids of it, and if it's not that,
then I'll buy it.
Then sure, I'm down. If it's more of the same,
no, fuck that shit.
Like, nah.
Well, same with the new Zelda once they eventually release it, because they're going to. If it's the same fucking thing, you just lost the player. I will never play Zelda again unless it's an old school Zelda game.
Yeah, the remasters are cool.
Bring fucking Ocarina of Time, dude. I've been waiting for that bitch.
Well, they did that 3DS remaster of it, though. I mean, they could definitely bring it to the Switch. They're bringing everything to the Switch, so.
Like, that'd be cool. But I'm just simply saying, like, with it. Unless we ask for it, don't fucking change what, you know.
Yeah, it does seem...
Ain't broke, don't
weird.
fix it.
I could picture, like, I don't know what it would be titled, but...
Well, it's like
Zelda World or something. Like an offshoot.
Yeah, this is completely different. It's not really a Zelda game, but it is...
Yeah, it stars Link, but it's going to be an open world, you know, RPG.
It's not a Zelda game in a sense, the
with
world.
survival aspects and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, okay. And then, oh no, this is the main canon. This is Legend of Zelda whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I would liken it to, like, the Far Cry series. Like, you get Far Cry, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they've also had, like, New Dawn and Primal. And so it's like, if you're a huge Far Cry fan, you're going to play all of them. If you're a huge Zelda fan, you're going to play all of them. If you just like Far Cry for what it offers you, like story-wise maybe, or like you just want...
play Primal or New Dawn.
Yeah, or if you really want the story and you dig that, then you're going to play the main canon ones. Mm-hmm. Like, and it, you know, if you're like that great villain that Ubisoft always does with Far Cry, then you'll especially play like just the main canon ones. But maybe you don't want that collect-a-thon open world game all the fucking time, so we'll skip over New Dawn and Primal. Like,
exactly.
You know.
But they didn't even give us that options. It just fucking sucks.
No, it was definitely billed as this is the Legend of Zelda and like where it's going.
And that's what I got so excited for. It's Legend of Zelda because they showed the Gorons and the new like fish people and stuff like that, and like you have to get them all to do these machines and to fight this evil. I'm like, oh, that's fucking exciting. And then all of a sudden I'm in the open world shit, and I think I jumped off the main platform too soon, so I fucked up there somehow. I don't think I got everything I needed from you're like literally on a top platform that floats in the air. Yeah. And you got to do all these little, not necessarily side quests, but all this shit to get all your stuff. And then I think I jumped off too early because when I glided off, there's a little warning I think popped up. You didn't gather this. I'm like, well, I'm already gliding off. Where the fuck do I get back up there?
Yeah, it's done now.
Done now. I bitch ain't got a grappling hook. I can't get back up there. You know.
should have just like prevented me from doing it.
You should have said, oh wait, or a little. Wait.
Yeah, something.
You don't got a little fairy. Your little fairy don't say shit. That. Your fairy. Wait, Link.
Yeah, it is weird. And it is, like...
You always have a fairy. They don't have a fairy in this one. Fuck that shit.
I feel like it was, like, cultural zeitgeist, too. With, like, such a big franchise, and then it was the big game when the Switch came out. So it was, like, automatically, it was like, that's the only thing I have to play. I fucking love it. Like...
Yeah, but then it's like...
Because games will oftentimes be reviewed better, especially something like Zelda.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else to play on a new console. Like, you only get a handful of games.
Yeah, but now that they're releasing more games, people are starting to realize, oh, well, this isn't as great as I thought it was. Hello, Dante. He's on the moon.
Yeah, and Zelda in particular, I don't know what it is with that franchise, but whether it's a bad Zelda game or a good Zelda game, it just always, like...
It's a Zelda game.
And it always just, like, caps out review-wise. Like, perfect scores, near perfect scores.
No,
and it's like,
okay,
you know what? This one actually sucks. Like,
right.
this one's near perfect, though. You're right. And it's just, like, just because it has Zelda on it doesn't mean that it's...
perfect.
Same with Mario. Just because Mario's on
it's me, Mario.
Does not mean it's a perfect Mario.
Dante is a green Mario. I'm excited for Mario's or Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion 3 looks good. That was always one of my favorite franchises. One of the few games I played on the GameCube.
But Nintendo was cool. I liked it because they're just like over the top as Nintendo. Wrong Bowser.
Yeah, that was cool. That was funny. They definitely hit humorous notes and they're like pre-recording.
Yeah, so I don't care. It's pre-recorded. They still knocked it better than freaking Microsoft.
Oh yeah.
But still. I'm excited for some of the games. I'm apprehensive about certain ones because of just what they've given to me. So it's like,
yeah,
I'll wait.
And then the only reason that the Nintendo Direct doesn't rank higher for me than the Square-Enix conference because they're pretty damn close. Like those two were definitely the best of the show, and kind of capped out the week.
Yeah, which is nice. At least something good.
They like retreaded a lot of the same ground that Square Enix had just done like the night before.
Yeah.
And so like they showed a ton of like the
Crystal
Chronicles remastered. They showed that Dragon Builders 2. They showed that.
They didn't really show. They showed a handful
like,
of their specific
I actually saw
consoles.
Like longer trailers and more of this during the Square Enix.
Yeah.
One, so.
They didn't show very many of their specific games like Super Mario, Zelda.
No. Like I wish they had more of Zelda to show.
I wish they had more Pokemon too. They didn't really show too much of that.
Yeah, and then the only other weird misstep that I thought Nintendo had was Banjo Kazooie and Super Smash.
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't think Banjo Kazooie's like that. I mean, I know like a lot of 3D platformers are coming back. Like we have Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that.
Smash Brothers is not his own.
No, I know that, but I just meant Banjo Kazooie has not been around for ages. Like,
yeah,
and it was not like a huge one to begin with.
No,
but it was like Persona 5
makes
characters being
Smash
involved
Brothers,
makes sense.
Yeah,
because it's like it's relevant and fits. Or like having like some of these other like classic characters come back, like that's cool. But then it's like Banjo Kazooie. I was like, okay. I don't think anybody's really gonna care, but
you do you, little buddy.
Yeah, you do you. I mean, I'm sure big Smash fans will absolutely try it out and play. But
Smash Brothers. You beat the shit out of everybody. It's good to go.
Yeah,
I always play
It's
Kirby.
still cool though that they're doing more content and stuff for that though.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it then. I think.
Yeah, well, not everything.
Like what next time? We still need to talk about the viewers versus players, watchers versus players, but that's probably the next topic since E3's over.
Yeah, there's nothing crazy big coming out.
No, don't worry, we'll find something to talk about.
Yeah, I think it might be a more varied podcast next time.
Yeah,
next episode
more personal, not personal
centralized.
things, but yeah.
We talked about Days Gone for the first episode. Check that out if you haven't listened to it. And then for our second episode, we talked about video game soundtracks. And that one did really well.
Yeah.
I'm excited to post that one. By the time you're listening to this, it will have released the Friday prior.
And then this is for E3, and then we'll definitely talk about some other things. Like there's some stuff.
Yeah, we'll brainstorm and we'll be posting
stuff on
topics
tweets.
on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can reach me at Anthony R. Schultz.
I'm at Muhammad.
On Twitter. We'll be talking about our next episode. We record right before it releases, so even if you're just listening to this, you should be able to catch it.
Yeah, it's not too far off.
Yeah. Also, we do host through CastBox. If you don't already have CastBox, it is free to use and listen to. We pay a small fee to host via CastBox so that we have a little bit more like information there. But it's definitely the preferable way to listen to this podcast. You can get it anywhere, but CastBox has like a community function built in.
Which is nice.
So if you wanted to, favorite or like our podcast, I would be able to see that like directly, and then you can also have a conversation.
Yeah, we'll talk to you.
So yeah, and if there's something you absolutely disagree about, or something that you want to like add into, or you even have like a topic for the show, like we read them, we go through them.
We love topics.
So. Definitely no pressure, but I would urge you to listen to this podcast through CastBox.
Yeah,
it's the biggest up and coming podcast app
of
the moment. So and it's very very functional, very sleek, and it has a lot of cool stuff built in. And you can get all your other favorite podcasts on there too. It's not like you get a small selection. Whatever podcast service you're using now to listen to podcasts, you can get all the exact same ones via CastBox. I switched over my entire playlist, which is like a couple dozen podcasts that I listen to every week. For free. Every single one of them was on there.
Yeah, for free.
And I paid for another one that had almost the exact same like perks and advantages. So.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that's everything.
I think that's it.
All right. Well, this has been Rage Quit.
Episode 3.
I'm Ariel.
I'm Anthony.
Always watch out for the polar bear.
Peace.